To finish up inverses, we're going to check if two functions are inverses with each other, and how we do that is bring back function composition. So this will be a nice little review of how you do function composition, and that will be able to tell us if two functions are inverses. So I have two functions here, 4x minus 8 and x divided by 4 plus 2. If you remember anything about inverses, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I divide by the 4, and then instead of minus the 8, I'm adding the 2, adding the 8, but it was divided by 4. So yeah, they're probably inverses, but like, that's not very mathematical, is it, right? That's not a good way to verify something. Another way you could check that something was an inverse of the other was, of course, you could take f of x and find the inverse and see if it was the g of x, and then vice versa, right? I mean, that's legitimate. You could do that. But there is another way to check, and that is to find the f of g of x, and then we'll find the g of f of x. And we're going to see what those equal and when it means they are an inverse. Okay, so remember that the f of g of x, let's do some color work here. Okay, so let's make the g of x the pink color and the f of x this green color. So if we're doing the f of g of x, that means that we are taking the f outer function and we're plugging in the g of x inside of it, right? So let's see how that would work. That would be 4, and then I have to plug in the g of x for x. So x over 4 plus 2, and then the f of x function continued, it was minus 8, right? So this is the outer function, the green one. The inner function is the pink one. Okay, now I'm just going to say, well, let's simplify this, okay? So I would probably multiply both these terms by 4. So 4 times x over 4 would be x. 4 times 2 would be 8. And then I still have this minus 8. So this is equal to x plus 8 minus 8, so just x, okay? Let's do the other direction. So this is the g function is the outer function. So g of, and then the inner function is the f of x. Okay. So the g function is, it's x over 4. So I'm going to put this over 4 plus 2. And the inner function that goes up here is 4x minus 8. Right? So see how the green is the inner function this time and the pink is the outer function. Now let's simplify. So I'm dividing both these terms by 4. So 4x over 4 is x, and negative 8 over 4 is negative 2. And then we still have this plus 2 here. So this one also equals x. Okay? So if both compositions equal to x, the functions are inverses. Okay, so typically you're just actually told to verify that the two functions are inverses, and this is what it means. Do the function composition, find out that it equals x. Do the function composition, find out that it equals x. You don't have to do anything else to it, and it's not usually checking, like, they will be inverses. So you're just confirming what they're saying, not actually finding that they're not inverses typically.